All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been over a week since I did a video, and so I just thought I'd create a video today. And you might not be interested in the topic, but that's just all it is. You know what I mean? And I think I might be getting a little bit of a sign. You know what I mean? Maybe a sign, because I haven't really been engaged with too much of the reformed online world lately, and I had two dreams last night. Two theological dreams that I thought I'd share with you today. All right. Well, we'll just get into it. You know what I mean? I got two dreams, so maybe that means I have an itch to create a video about the theological goings on of the internet. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what's going on. I'll tell you my first dream. Well, before I say even the dreams, last night something else weird happened. It's just very strange. Very, very strange indeed. I woke up in the middle of the night, probably like 1:30, 1:45, and I don't ever do this. Like, this never happens. But last night, for whatever reason, I woke up at 1:45, and I just felt like I wanted to eat something. So I ate a piece of cheese. Just randomly, I ate a piece of cheese and then I went back to sleep. And I was definitely not like in a dream state, but I was definitely not, completely all mentally aware. Like, I wasn't completely sharp, right? But I knew exactly what I was doing. And I just, like, whatever reason, I woke up, I went to the bathroom and I was like, I want some cheese. And then I just ate like a, not a huge piece, like a small piece of cheese. It's one of those sticks, it was a cheddar cheese stick. Not one of those string cheeses, but that was weird. Maybe that accounts for the dreams. Let me tell you the first dream. Okay, the first dream is I was actually online. I was in a online like group meeting. It was a live video, and it was with the Stone Choir Network. It wasn't even the Stone Choir podcast, and Corey and the other guy weren't even involved. It was called the Stone Choir Network. This must have been in the future at some point. And it was like a group of people, and they were questioning another group of people. And I was in the group of people that was being questioned theologically by the Stone Choir Network. And what had happened was that the Stone Choir podcast had turned into a whole network, and it involved groups of different ethnicities that all agreed with the fundamental kind of push of Stone Choir. So we had like people from Africa, and they had their own part of the network, and they basically agreed with Stone Choir, but they were from Africa. We had people from South America. We had, various flavors of European and Asian, and it was the Stone Choir Network. And I remember that I only got one question, and the question was this. This is the question that I got in my dream. It was, do sinners still sin when they're in hell? And we had some debate about it, and I answered. I said, well, of course. I mean, what about being in hell would stop them from sinning? They don't like the Lord, they want to do what they want to do, so why wouldn't they stop sinning? Obviously. And as soon as I said obviously, someone from the Stone Choir Network was trying to make fun of me and said, yeah, obviously, like as if like that didn't even need to be said almost. That was the last part of the dream that I remember. But it was very strange dream indeed. I don't know where it came from, but that was the first kind of online theological dream that I had. Then the second one, let me set the scene for you. Maybe you guys can tell me what this means, because this is highly disturbing. I never dream about this stuff ever. I don't dream about online drama. I don't dream about theological issues. I just don't. That's not what my dreams are typically about. They're about various things, but never like this. 2 in one night, too. That's just very strange. I must have this on the mind. I don't know. But the second one, I was in a classroom setting, and I was a student, and Dr. James White was teaching the class. And he was teaching the class. I don't even remember what it was about, but I was loving it. I was loving everything he said, and he was bringing these insights, and I remember just feeling very enthusiastic about it. And I was just saying like, amen, and like, oh wow, that's really interesting. I was very honestly engaged in it. I loved it. I was just loving what I was hearing. So then James is like, all right, class, we're going to end the lesson today with a song. And he goes, and here's the thing, I want to, just before we end, I want to talk about maturity because, we've gotten an example of a lot of immaturity here today. And he looks right at me. And I'm totally shocked because I'm like, immaturity? What did I do that was immature? I was just listening, actively listening. And I could not think of what it was that I had done that was immature. I hadn't done anything inappropriate. So I say, well, Dr. White, with all due respect, let me stop you for a second. I said, here's the thing, Dr. White. Like, have you ever considered like what it would be like to be somebody else, like to be in the other person's shoes? You have a lot to say about immaturity, but all I'm doing is I'm sitting here and I'm actively listening. In fact, I loved your lecture. I thought it was fantastic and I was engaged with it. And he just kind of gives me he kind of rolls his eyes and purses his lips. And he says, all right. He doesn't answer me. He just says, now we're going to sing this, and this. And I said, well, Dr. White, can you respond to what I said? And he goes, maybe you'd like to sing. And he names a song, right? And I didn't recognize the name of the song. And then I'm like, I kind of give him a confused look. And he goes, he kind of points in this direction. On the wall, there's a children's song, like a children's hymn or whatever. And he's like, maybe you want to sing that song. You know what I mean? And then the dream ended. What is this about? Is this a dream? Look into the future? I don't know what's going on here, guys. Can anyone explain my dreams? That's what I would like to know. I would like to know if anyone has an interpretation of my dreams. Doesn't need to be infallible. Can you interpret? I think they go together. I think these dreams go together. What other reason would I have for dreaming about, essentially the same kind of thing, twice in one night with two different, character sets and two different reasons, two different happenings? I don't know. But I remember being annoyed in both. I was very annoyed with Dr. White in the Dr. White dream. But I was also very annoyed with the Stone Choir dream because I remember thinking, has it really come to this? There's a Stone Choir network, and I remember there was a woman, and this was I can't believe I just remembered this. There was a woman. There was a female contingent of the Stone Choir network as well, and they weren't engaging with me. They were engaging with somebody else that was being questioned, and she, I guess, had asked a question, and the woman gave a very obvious. The woman asked a very obvious question, and the other woman said something like, roses are red, violets are blue, your question is stupid, and so are you. Something like that. I remember the roses are red part, and I remember the intention was to call the person stupid, but I don't remember the exact wording of the end of it. That's weird. That's very bizarre. And I wonder, so here's what I want from you. Can you interpret my dream? And number two, did eating the cheese have something to do with it? Maybe I ate some bad cheese. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe in the middle of the night, I wake up, I get this hankering for cheese, I eat the stick of cheese, and maybe it was bad cheese, and that's why I had these terrible dreams, of which I would never, ever have a dream like this prior to this. But in any case, there you go. That's the content. This is the content you come to the A.D. Robles YouTube channel for. You get a window into my psychoses, and you guys get to interpret it. In all seriousness, though, I did want to say this. Many people have asked me about the K-Dub situation, and, I honestly don't want to analyze the K-Dub situation. I just don't. It's not good. That's for sure. It's not good.